Accelerated industrial digitization is trying to respond to rapidly changing customer needs. Due to ever new product variants suspected by customers, the product lifecycle is considerably shortened. So, work on the innovation of the product and the technology needed to produce it has to be kept up to date. Hi, welcome to another video where I read scientific papers and related documents that most people don't see, for more people to see it. So we're going to continue online, back to technology, and of course, how this affects society itself. And look at this. We need to adapt our own products and services to the customer needs and not the opposite. Should it be adapting the customer needs to the advance of technology? Perhaps in that order. But we're doing the opposite. We are not trying to reduce the acceleration we're having right now. We're trying to enhance and also increase the number of products and services we're having nowadays, considering that we are also targeting batches of necessities that we didn't even know we mm, actually wanted or or that we needed. But here we are because the importance is to reach out to a specific void, not a specific need. Because in order for you to have a need rapidly, you need to target a void mostly. So where those voids are coming from, that will be a new area. But nowadays, that's also like in marketing strategies. Like, I won't try to know what's your actual need. I will create your need. And in a world where we have so many products and services nowadays, that's really valuable and also a useful and most importantly, an effective asset or strategy to use when there are like a lot of people having a lot of products at the same time on Google apps and others, and they can literally choose from thousands and thousands of options. So, what do you do to differentiate from the others? That's one of the strategies creating the need in their heads instead of just seeking one that was already taken 100 times. But not only does the product itself need to be renewed from time to time, but a production technology must also be created that can be flexibly altered along with the ever-changing customer product specifications. Due to industrial digitalization, there may be significant effects on manufacturing industries. Substantial reductions in inventory, logistics, and material handling costs, shorter lead times, and fewer shortages during shipment. So we are also trying to get those products and services faster to your hands. So it's not only creating the needs, it's for you to have that wish in your hands as fast as you can. So that adds like an extra level to their whole strategy or market strategy right now. Industry 4.0's technology users at company level are expected to increase their capacity utilization and market their new products faster in line with changing needs. But according to Jace Bauer, Betzo, and Scruff, sorry if I mispronounced, The cost of value creating processes can lead to 3.6% annual decrease in costs in the future on specific areas. But we also have the implementation of Industry 4.0 that requires first the horizontal integration of the value chain, second, a network production system and vertical integration, and third, end-to-end digitization of engineering design along the entire value chain. And what do we talk about when we mention value chain? What's the value in it? I always wonder, like, what's the value on that name itself that someone gave it to this descriptive way of purposes and processes. But, anyways, this builds on new network link technology and requires new procedures that require new capabilities from the company. And this may even require new business models to be developed. Industry 4.0 is thus a phenomenon that, by means of technology assets and activities, maximizes the transparency of processes by exploiting the possibilities of digitization and integrates the corporate value chain and the supply chain into a new level of customer value creation. The fourth industrial revolution has an impact on the entire company, and I would say also economical system. So it is very important to understand how the various elements of it are able to exploit the opportunities offered by digitization for structure presentation or industrial revolution effects. First and foremost, the various elements of value creation and at least initially affects reduction most of all time. However, we should not forget the corporate activities that support value creation and how these activities can benefit from the achievements of Beauty 4.0. There is no sector in any industry that has been left untouched by digitization. Logistics is no exception. Nowadays, we have like big marketplaces that can demonstrate that. And the fourth industrial revolution has brought a tremendous increase in efficiency in this area as well. From the production line to end use, logistics is everywhere. And now digitization is becoming more and more present. So these are things that are happening behind the fabrics that of course the employees they might know about it, or at least most of them, but it isn't like something well spread because when we say present, we only think about our daily lives, the things that are made for a household, and we just forget the enterprise products, the big factory and franchises product makers. There are things that are more advanced that we will ever know. But what about if we just start expanding a bit of what's going to be going with this, and also what are we going to do about this? Because it is easy to just don't pay attention to those signs and details because this could be something important to take into account. Porter Bellichin concept suggests and consists that a company's competitive advantage cannot be looked at in general. It is also necessary to understand the company's internal structure, how individual business elements contribute to delivering the product or service to competitors at a lower price or high quality. One of the possible types of the value chain approach is to systemize intra-corporate activities and to find the source of competitive advantage. not only the value change of companies in different industries. Companies' competitive advantage cannot be looked at in general. We already mentioned it because one of the possible types of the value chain approach is to systematize intracorporate activities and to find the source of competitive advantage. And every time we talk about competitive advantage, what is it? Is it linked to human behavior? Is it linked to humanitarian habits? Is it linked to just advancements, products and systems that are going to be input of human development, or maybe not? But do tell me. Not only are the value change of companies in different industries different itself, but also different value chains are created by each company operated in the same industry. This structure depends on the company's strategy, its strategy implementation, and corporate traditions. The value that a change generates is the amount that the product or service is worth for the buyer. This price must go far beyond cost, which is the basis for every company to survive. Understanding and serving the value based approach, for example, customer needs, is the foundation of corporate strategy. And for you, what's the foundation of corporate strategy? And what will be your hypothesis about it? Rayport and Espiocla acknowledge the importance of structuring company activities into value change, but they suggested that there should be a distinction between physical and virtual change. The physical value chain includes the processes Porter classifies as primary functions in customer value creation, while the virtual value chain embraces the entire company and refers to the information captured during the stages of physical value creation. In this way, companies can monitor the whole process of the value creation and can start performing value adding activities more efficiently and effectively. They claim that providing information about the product, the production processes, etc., can also be considered value adding services. And that equals to more investment, but also more money in return from the customers, right? Their approach corresponds with the aims of applying IoT tools and Industry 4.0 technologies in production and other processes, and linking information based services to products. And again, smart products. We already talked about smart factories in the past, but now we're talking about a smart products. And before I continue, what is a smart product for you? What do you think it could do? And what's the first object that comes to your mind? But because I know an object might have come to your head right now. In addition to the impact of the company's internal business areas, we cannot ignore the impact of the fourth industrial revolution on business relations. At the level of the supply chain, first of all, the relationship between suppliers and customers should be mapped out. According to KPMG, the future trend will be former competitors to work together and for sector alliances to merge. Haven't you noticed that we have the connection between the retailer and the customer? And now we have the relation between the big retailer or the majoritarian company or factory owner or worker or whatever and directly with the customer. So that's why e-commerce is a boom because we now can access directly to the factory, to the trailer, to whatever you want on its allocation point that it's like the star of the chain, right? So we can contact the primary source nowadays. And with that being said, that makes commerce even way better than before Because then in the past we just depended on retailers, but nowadays we get content the provider of the retailer, and that's can be beneficial for the customer itself to reach out to the primary source. But of course, some losses are going to appear. Retailers are being affected, and new also trends to have like virtual e-commerces and online stores everywhere also was an opportunity that just immersed the internet in a shop experience. I have the sensation that it's almost like half percent now every time that I connect to internet and I Google something and I go to a social media platform. So right now it's almost everywhere. Even if no merging into single digital network occurs in the near future, we can be sure that relations with suppliers and customers are definitely changing. Customers' expectations come to the forefront for suppliers. They demanded speed and flexibility in order fulfillment and product development. And have you noticed that people are wanting like the whole bag? Like I want the product and I want a great service in between. And I also want free shipping. And I also want like if something is off, I can contact customer service and they can solve it. Or if I want to buy something else, then I can think of a bundle. Do you have bundles? If you have bundle, that's great. If not, that's actually like bad production causing bad promotion. And it's like entire cycle that was created based on our needs. And should I be saying needs? But I would put it in quote marks for you to tell me. Thanks to cloud computing, production is completely transformed. And, and isolated production units merge into fully integrated, automated, optimized, high efficiency production process, resulting in a change in the relationship between manufacturers, suppliers, and customers. Overall, the significant amount of data generated through digitization affects all areas of the company's business, thus improving transparency, integration, and designability, and providing much more information on customer needs and individual tasks needed to fulfill them. We have the entire chain. Industry 4.0 also creates completely new value creating business areas. For example, product design and development and data security will become much more important in the future. And we can have now AI specialists. We can have now emerging careers and of course the promises behind each one of them. Accessing real time data at different points also has a positive effect on its strategy, finance, and process design. Data generated in each area is also available to others and provides information transparency. These tools contribute to system based and process oriented thinking and the integration of processes within the organization. And then beyond organizational boundaries, technologies help to increase the agility, adaptability, and alignment of companies cooperating in a network of value change in order to gain competitive advantage. After reading this, what do we do if we have a really fast evolving and wanting to evolve society? Like a society that cannot stop, a society that needs to work. And if you're not working, you need to think new ways to make money because that's how it works, isn't it? So, if we're talking about a supply chain that depends on cooperating in a network that constantly needs to be going and going and going. But Let me know what you think of this. Thank you so much for reading this video. Let me know your comments below. And also the comments throughout the video as well. I would love to see your answer. See you, or better said, talk to you in another time. Bye bye.